So something I wanted to talk about that I keep noticing is the direct connection with when we give, we also receive back. So I feel like from what I've been seeing, it's it's pretty much exactly what I give out, I receive back almost immediately, if not within a few days or so. But something that I get stuck on and stuck in thinking about is worry and fear and not having enough, or what is the other one? Going hungry, becoming homeless, losing everything. And then I have studied and worked on the minimalism, but then I also think of that as like, I compare it to prison where you have nothing. But really, as I feel like it was a monk who said it, but it's all over the place. Many people say it, but your possessions become like chains and they end up weighing you down. So therefore, to be rid of things, it's to be held down by nothing. And when we have less, we really have more, because physical things hold energy and they are connected to different times in our life, different people in our life. Like a friend of mine had told me that, this was Andrea Larson. She's passed away now, but she was an incredibly gifted soul, human being, a wonderful friend, a wonderful sister, a mother. Anyways, she told me that when I leave a relationship, I need to get rid of anything that was from that relationship. Gifts or things that they gave me, well, that's a gift. Things that we got together, or even things that I got during that relationship, because a lot of these things are connected to them. It could be negative energy. And if you look at the Japanese and how they see energy and physical objects as also holding energy, I mean, the way that they live is really minimalist. There's that woman who, I can't think of her name right now, but she had the show on Netflix. She had a cute little book, and then it became a show. And she would have people put all of their possessions on their bed and bring each individual thing to their chest and feel the energy that it brought them. And if it didn't bring them joy, then they needed to get rid of it. And so I feel not just the same with physical objects, but also with relationships and different aspects in your life that you are involved with, that you feel maybe it's not right for you. What's helping you grow, what's keeping you from growing. There's all these different things. So that's been on my mind a lot lately, as I've been feeling this transformational time that's going on right now. I think that's what brings a lot of things up for people as spring comes. And just like they say, spring cleaning, I think it's also an internal cleanup that we do as we want to be able to enjoy life more. The sun's coming out, the weather's getting better, the days are getting longer, and so we want to spend more time doing what we love and what we appreciate, rather than taking so much more time to be involved with things that are not fitting for us and not as right for us anymore. But those things can always change. You know, we let go of something and then something better for us comes into place. Um, and and I don't want to say something better, but I think it's more so something more fitting for that time, this time in our life where we're at, this particular level, this particular experience as we're growing and adapting and changing. So does the environment around us. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It doesn't have to be a forceful thing. It can just be a simple and easy flow. But it could take time, because sometimes we need to take time to just process and think. Sometimes we want and expect everything to be immediate and quick and easy, but it's not going to be that way, because that's just not how things go. Some things can be that way, but majority speaking, things take time and it takes a process, and we don't need to rush things, because things that are rushed aren't always done well. Things that are rushed aren't always done with good thought or proper care. Things that are rushed aren't always going to be adequate for us in the end. So therefore, if you want things to be more pleasant for you and understand the process, let it take its course, let it take time. It doesn't have to be overnight. It doesn't have to be next week, next month. But a lot of these changes really do need to take a longer amount of time because of everything that's part of it. You know, that's just kind of how things go sometimes. And I think that in this culture that we're living in, we have been taught to move fast and move immediately. And sure, in certain things that's necessary, but not in all things. But you can look at your life and you can look at yourself and your belongings and your situations and think about what it is that you feel needs to change, or where you need to adapt and grow, or where you can let go and let this different flow come in. Maybe a more peaceful flow for you, or maybe it's just a whole different life path. But I feel like a lot of changes are going on in the world, and one of the biggest changes that I think needs to happen is that people need to take more time to take better care of themselves, because the inner world and the outer world are the same. What is going on in your outer world is it's a result from your inner world. And if you're feeling like you're in this chaotic mess, or this just unrested state of being, are you taking time to sit with yourself? Are you taking time to process through maybe goals that you're trying to obtain that you're not really giving attention to, that you're not really respecting? Because that's important. It's important to acknowledge that. It's important to take note of that and feel things out. Figure out what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. Are you trying to move? Are you trying to live more simply? Are you trying to access different capacities within yourself? All these things really take time to do, but they also take time. It means you need to take time to go within. It takes that process of meditating on things, thinking on things, going for a walk or going for a drive, or just sitting and being with yourself and maybe writing down different things that you'd like to focus on, or even asking yourself different questions. Where am I trying to go? What am I trying to do? How can I better take care of my body, my mind, my spirit, my life, my family, those who I love that are around me? How can I do better for my business or my career or my employees, whatever it is? Look at all this and just take your time and allow it to come. This sure did take a different turn than I expected. But that's okay, because I feel like whatever is needed to come out is what is most, known once I start talking. And that's the same with anything. The purpose is to just take the time. The purpose of taking time is to allow that flow to come. And the purpose of this video was to allow that flow to come and get some things out and maybe help some other people who are going through a transformational time in their life and maybe needed some guidance or somebody to tell them, take the time for yourself, because it's not easy for us to always initiate that for ourselves. But okay, well, I hope this video finds you well and that my words maybe have, if not confused you, helped guide you. So thanks for listening this far, and I hope that you have a great day.